I took so long in my setup that I didn't really bother. There's also a lot of brown chunks in my apple juice. I'm not exactly sure what the brown chunks are. But hello, hi. Um, I'm Tostky. This is Tostky's Homestuck. When we last left off, everyone was sitting on a giant frog podium, I guess. I don't remember the name of it. Frog pad, whatever. But I'm realizing I never read this literal section here. So, you are confronted with an especially empowering character selection menu. 8 choices. Free will has done it again. It has caused you to feel alarmed and anxious, but maybe, just maybe, slightly excited as well. You cautiously click on a batch of teens to discover your true feelings. 8 possible options is actually kind of a lot. Now that you think about it, it may be easy to forget to click on some of them. To make absolutely sure you've clicked on all teen batches before proceeding, you check to see if the links below are purple first. Only one is, because I only read one. If any of them are blue, it means you didn't read those, and you probably should before continuing. Wow, free will sure is a lot of responsibility and hard work. So, we read the first one between John, Dave, and Karkat, if I believe. Oh, that is actually quite a funny story, Bancho. But hello and welcome. So we're gonna go to the second one, I believe, too. And we've got Miriam, Roxy, and Rose. This is gonna be an awkward 3-way. You ever bang your girlfriend and her mom, or and your mom and your girlfriend's mom's mom? Anyway, who is also your girlfriend, technically. And anywho, Roxy. Haha, I'm sorry. Sorry about what? For stammering and all being an wait, stammering and all being an agog, grinning idiot. I just cannot. Even. No, just cannot. I actually believe you are real, and here, and alive, and not dying, and so am I. Here with you, I mean, and sharing all those mentioned attributes. I can't believe it either. I have so much to say, I think, even though I can't think of the stuff, ATM. I know what you mean. I hope it's okay if I just sit near you not being specially articulate for a bit. That is more than okay, as long as you are willing to similarly excuse the spectacular demise of my capacity for artful self-expression. Oh my god, ha ha ha, you're a Dirk. Or you're Dirk. Wow, wow. Or whoa, whoa, I just caught it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You sound so much like him. Oh my god, that's too perf and cute. Dirk. Ha ha ha, I can't get over it now. I can't unhear it. Even your voice kinda sounds like his, but it's just girl Dirk. Lamau, wow. Yes. He sounds like a hell of a guy. Oh, you have no idea. Well, I'm told he should be arriving here in a little bit, or a little while. If he's anything like Dave's late older brother, and if he's anything like me, which he apparently is, then this is when I'm guessing the real party will begin. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to know things about him, such as if he shares his elder counterpart's avarice for soft puppet ass, and if that, combined with his myriad vaguely unsettling psychological peculiarities, could occupy a dedicated team of wait, and if that, combined with his myriad vaguely unsettling psychological peculiarities, could occupy a dedicated team of therapists for years? The answer is yes, and yes. Knowing this amuses me for some reason, but mainly there are things I want to know about you. I presume there will be plenty of time later to hound my biological father for the dirt on his proclivities. What do you what do you want to know about me? Everything. I think the main difficulty is in deciding what to ask. In deciding what to ask is in sifting questions I would have for my mother. That is to say, the woman who raised me, from the questions I have for you. Ah. Well, I didn't raise you or anything, but I can sincerely take a crack at both kinds of questions. Okay, do you really like wizards? Rose. Yes. Rose. Rose. Dot dot dot. I fucking love wizards. I see. As odd as it sounds, that actually does go pretty far in letting me know something about both of you. Oh? My relationship with her was complicated, but I've come to see that as mostly my fault. I was too young to understand her. I never even got the chance to misunderstand my mom, or a grown up you. Or, I mean, I didn't get to misunderstand her in person, more like as a legendary figure. Oh, oh. Because I grew up 400 years after she died. That's true. Ah, right. I think I'm going to have to call the contest early. Yours is the more interesting biography by quite a lot. Not really. Not to me, at least. I was lonely. I thought about her a lot to pass the time. She was amazing. At least according to history. She wrote hella books about wizards and rode a genocidal fat man down a waterfall of blood. She wrote hella books about wizards? Yeah. They were famous and good and stuff. It sounds like I fumbled into the wrong line of work. There's no money in this spur business. Well, there is. It just comes in incredibly stupid denominations, which are not particularly useful. Kanye, you have copies of these books? Yes. Yes, I do. There are copies back on my planet, assuming John didn't retcon them away like a book thieving sneak. I would really love to read them sometime, if you wouldn't mind. No, not at all. By the way, this is Kanye. Sorry for the combination of bad manners and general dumbfoundedness, which precluded a more timely introduction. Hello. Hey, that's a nice name, and also you're pretty. Thank you. I admire the aesthetics of your name and appearance as well, and in no small part due to their respective similarity to your daughters. Wow, man, that was somehow both a convoluted thing to say yet smooth as hell. Am impressed. Welcome to Miriam City, population. A whole lot of great remarks like that. But yes, I'll get you those books. They're great. They made me want to write my own wizard books. Did you? Yeah, sorta. Could I read them? Hey, you got to read mine. Yeah, but you were like an old pro when you wrote yours. They were freaking masterpiece wizard fics. They won Pulitzers and shit. Did they really? I don't know. Probably. Oh. I don't know. They're just very, very good. So the ancient prize scholars, I'm sure, were like, dude, these wizards are very, very fucking good. Give them all the awards, then shut down the awards. Not because of the glooming apocalypse. Just because you literally cannot do better than these wizards. I can live with that. It's always been one of my professional goals to write tales of magical men so provocative they would cause the permanent and unceremonious dissolution of at least one prestigious award. So yeah, I don't know, I guess you can see, but it's a pale ghost of a story compared to your stuff, and it's also kind of weird. I like weird. Yeah, just your opinion means a lot to me, and I'm nervous you might think it sucks. But I never even wrote the masterpieces you read. I think you may have a view of my abilities which I haven't earned yet. Really, I'm not that good. I have my own story drafts which you can read if you like. They're nothing special, frankly. O'Reilly? Really? But O'Reilly. Aw, man, okay then. That sounds fun. If during your manuscript exchange you need someone to read over your shoulder, say to proofread or to purge each sentence of punctuation and capitalize the first letter of every word, I'd be happy to volunteer. Strictly professionally, of course, and not because I really want to read your wizard things too. I really want to read your wizard things too. I hope that's okay. Haha, sure, yeah, sure, it's okay. Kanye, sorry me and Rose are babbling away here to each other. We don't mean to be excluding you. It's fine. I'm thoroughly enjoying my role as a spectator. I know that Rose has been looking forward to this a lot, and that she received some similarly vicarious and polite passive enjoyment from the interactions I had with my ancestor. So now I will just resume the politely passive part of it. Aha. You don't gotta. Jump in whenever you feel in it. Oh. I love meeting new trolls. Well, at least when they're not evil or something. Love them, not evil trolls. Like the cranky one over there in Rad Ruby Shades. Terezi. Yeah, she's a boss. That's a pretty fair way to describe the attitude of anyone higher than me on the hemo spectrum. But yes, you are right. Oh, also, lest we forget dear Fafita. Fafita? Do you mean Faferi? No, Fafita. She was my dear precious soul. Hmm? She was my sprite. Guess she never happened in this version of stuff, though. Dang. That's sad. But maybe not quite as sad as her existing then exploding. I'm confused. Wonder what even else is different. Well, you died too. I did? Yes, while pushing me out of the way of a fork. So thank you for that, retroactively, and to different versions of and to a different version of you. Geez, yeah, I had a really similar thing happen in my timeline, also involving a fork. And even though you're okay now, it's still almost too sad to even talk about. Yeah, we didn't get to exchange even a single word before you were gone. All I could think was, how can this happen to me? No, how can this be happening again? Luckily, the sense of misery was short lived, though. It wasn't long before I was informed the incident was part of something bigger taking shape, and that John was on his way with a different version of you. I had no idea what a different version actually entailed, but I wasn't about to quibble. I was so relieved. Same, although, instead of waiting for you to come back, I had to jump through all these hoops with John, and went through some, different stuff. I may have thrown an impromptu funeral for you, for Alt U dead body. Oh, for your Alt U dead body. You did? Yep. Sorry if it sounds weird, and I knew it was I was coming to meet a new version of you, but it helped me with like feeling about people I left behind, or like feelings about helped me with like feelings about people I left behind. A funeral. Whoa, that question mark? Sorry for this if it comes off as odd, but that is so mom of you. Oh yeah? Mm-hmm. I like your mom. Me too. Look at these smiling dude faces. I don't mean to be too analytical about getting to know you, really. I guess comparisons are a little hard for me to avoid, since the adult version of you played such a significant role in my life, so I can't help seeing the similarities when they are there. But also, you are so clearly your own person, shaped by your own experiences, and that is the person I would prefer to get to know, rather than a young avatar for the memory of a departed parent. Oh, Rorb Lorb. Yeah, I guess they're orby as fuck. Where did I go? Oh yeah. Yet this is the context which somewhat inescapably colors my perception of what you reveal. So while some observations are in the vein of predictable, charmingly so, mind you, others I regard as surprising. What about me is surprising? Well, you don't quite seem like a person who, dot. I don't want to ask anything that would sound rude to you or spiteful to her because I don't feel that conflicted about this anymore, particularly since I had my own troubles with it, so it would be pretty hypocritical. Conflicted about what? Let me back up a little. It was a long ride on that meteor. One experiences things over a few years, given a lot of time to think, changes and such. Hmm. Ugh. Blah blah blah. Where was I? About halfway through, I started thinking more about mom and about you, knowing that I'd probably meet you and, I don't know, live up to the experiences. Oh, live up to the experience. It's silly, but I'm guessing you understand what I mean. Basically, I was just nervous, and it was all mixed up with feelings of conflict and remorse over my mother, who, to my hazy preteen recollection, never wasted a day in my life on sobriety. She and her habit to put all those days to quite effective use. She and her habit put all those days to quite effective use, actually. And I don't quite even remember the thought process that led to this, but I sort of ran with it too. The habit, I mean. For a while, at least. I was still distraught about losing her and wanted to understand her, to connect with her in some way. and I guess that was the only idea I had. And on some level, I think connecting with her was also a way of preparing myself to meet you, even though that probably makes no sense. Since you. Ooh, excuse me. Even though that probably makes no sense since you aren't literally her and don't share all her. I guess I shouldn't speak for you though. So you're saying you're surprised I'm unlike her in that way because I don't seem like someone who'd get drunk off her ass all the time? Ha 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 ha. Well, I guess I should be flattered if you really think so, but wrong. My story's kind of like yours. I had a mom I never knew and wanted to feel close to her however I could. I grew up mostly unsupervised in her old house, and it had all this old stuff in it, plus some old booze squirreled away here and there. And I just started up even though I was way too young for shit like that. Whoops. And like I said, it was a bit light on discipline around then. It's not like a bunch of silly pumpkin eaters were gonna stop me. Pumpkin eaters? Chess guys, loads of them. Exclamation mark. Oh, highlighted the wrong part. There we go. Exclamation mark. But yeah, I wanted to be like her and do what she did, but mostly just made a hot catastrophe of myself. I doubt that is what she wanted. At the time, it seemed like a cool thing. A real intellectual and mysterious book celebrity would. What? Yeah. Seemed like a cool thing a real intellectual and mysterious book celebrity would do while also leading a badass and secretly subversive life in opposition of tyranny. But I think what is more likely is she knew the whole world would end and everyone would die no matter what she did, and was probably hard to live, which was probably hard to live with. I don't know if I can blame the old lady for wanting to get a wee bit sauced after a couple rapping clowns won a presidential election. Yeah, wait, what? Clowns? Long story, bad story. Please continue. Okay, yes, I'm sure my mother knew the end was coming too. Knowing that helped put a lot of her behavior in context for me. I was always too young to understand. Poor moms. Poor adult sexy ladies. Adult dead sexy lady us. Truth. But anyway, back to us. Kid alive sexy lady us. Yes, it sounds like you're. I'm sorry. Alive sexy lady us is just really weird way to put it, and putting kid in front of it makes it very uncomfortable. Yes, it sounds like your Rose had an incredible career, but all things considered, I prefer being kid alive sexy lady me. Agree. I know what you mean about being nervous. About meeting you, I mean. Maybe nervous isn't quite right, but when I started thinking about meeting you is when I started thinking I should try being not quite such a mess. So I started taking up the idea of cleaning up my act more seriously. Ultimately, I concluded the same thing. I decided it wouldn't be a very dignified way to make an entrance, or for that matter, a very constructive way to help out in a struggle to preserve reality. Luckily, I was able to cut it out a while ago. I admit it wasn't easy, but it helped a lot to have people around looking out for me. Poke. Dot dot dot. Sits poked. Yeah, I had friends help me too. Couldn't have done it without them either. I never had IRL friends before this trip. It's interesting to observe the various ways they apply themselves to your benefit. Some people are around to make you feel like you're worth sticking with, even when you fuck up. And some people are around to kick your ass to make sure you don't. Aha. I think I had to play the latter role to my friends a lot, and also to myself, I guess. Who kicked your ass? Was it the yelly guy over there? No, Carcat was mostly preoccupied with his own shenanigans. The yelling is deceptive. He is a rather private person. Vriska, however, she really is quite an extravagant bitch. Lamau. But it turns out people like that tend to have some convenient assets, such as the sheer force of personality to keep a bunch of idiots from falling apart. Don't get me wrong, it's quite annoying, but useful. Yeah. I probably should have been more of a bitch to all my peeps. Maybe we wouldn't have all gone to jail and died. Let it be a lesson to us all. Hear, hear. Seriously though, it's so nice hearing your stories. Oh, what the hell? Look at sneaky ass Dave in the corner. Look at that. Anyway. Yeah, so nice hearing your stories, especially the similarities of stuff we experienced. Wizards and writing and mom stuff and even bad things we went through. And obviously we're similar by DNA and all, but even so, it still feels comforting that even if you flip the universe upside down and change it around, pull us apart by centuries, kill humans off, flood the world, we're still connected to each other in a mysterious way that goes beyond genes and circumstance. And that, I think, is some tight freaking noise to consider. I'm considering it right now, and yes, that noise, it is so tight. Smiley, smiley, and smiley. Dave, hey, what are we all talking about over here? Damn it, Dave. Ah, so we move on to the third teen, whatever. Teen option select. Jake, Tavro Sprite. What is he saying? Tavro Sprite, is it okay if we pretend to have a conversation over here for a while? So that I look busy and not come off as a big doofus as I feel like? I can oblige and also personally identify with that idea and the feelings of self-lameness behind it. But I could also help you out with real conversation too instead of a fake one. In fact, maybe we already even said enough words together just now for that to qualify. Ha 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 ha, oh Tavro Sprite. You have always been the one ray of light shining through the clouds in what has otherwise been an emotionally stormy game experience for me. I'm so grateful that you found it in your ghostly bosom to drift over to Lomax now and then to cheer me up. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. This is gonna be weird. There we go. Often enough to give me a real pick-me-up when feeling blue over friend problems, but just seldom enough to feel like a rare delight when you did. Yeah, I was under strict instruction from Vriska to not interfere with the timeline much for lots of months, so I didn't say hello often. She helped me back alive, so I owed her that much on one hand, but on the other, I think she was doing her bossy thing for the sake of telling me what to do, or just telling me what to do. And I didn't see how just being friendly sometimes was even changing the timeline much, or why that idea even mattered, because it seemed like most of you all here never did much important stuff anyway. Haha, it's true. More tip-top wisdom from that sage bull-headed noggin of yours. Why do you want to be pretend talking, even though it's real, and look busy to your friends? I'm just not up to all this socialization yet. Loud creaking from my chair, which I need to probably oil or some shit, but we're gonna enjoy this loud creaking piece of poop. Let's not go all out on my chair. It is still my chair and I love it. I feel at ease talking to you. Oh yeah, it's just not I'm just not up to all this socialization yet. Maybe I never will be. I feel at ease talking to you, but all these others, I don't know. It feels really awkward, and I think I lost most of my prior bravado due to a lot of bad things that happened with my friends. What happened with them? I just messed up with everyone in a lot of ways I'm too embarrassed to even talk about. And now I just feel gun shy about everything, I guess. Even polite conversation with fun new people I should be thrilled to meet. I couldn't even set things right with my buddies now if I wanted to. Jane is asleep, so I can't make amends with her after she became an angry robot and punched me in the gut and jailed me and threatened me with eternal marriage and baby-making duties. I mean, sure, she was brainwashed when she did all that, but I'm sure I did some stuff to deserve it. Dirk is still way off somewhere, so I can't address that whole spicy meatball, which I still feel terrible about. And Roxy, well, okay, Roxy is right there, but look at her. She's having a blast with all these people she actually really likes, and who are probably actually likable. She probably wants nothing to do with me either, so I might as well do her the courtesy of leaving her alone. But isn't she waving at you and saying hello right now? Due almost certainly to overhearing you talking about her name. Hi, Jake. Oh, yeah. It would seem she is. Those are probably pity waves, though. I don't think that's true. I've been the getter of almost exclusively of the pity versions of various deeds directed at me. And I think that it's not what she's doing. Those are normal waves and hellos. Ugh. All this phlegm. I need to really clear up my throat. You should probably do one of those things back to her. Hi, Jake. Jake, damn it, hi. Oh, sorry. Hi, Roxy. You're with us again, and I like that. And I like that. Smiley face. Nice, bro. Keep working at behaviors of that sort. Your self-esteem will get bigger. I like that. Thunderations, what a fucking clod I am. I really need to keep a lower profile. Even basic pleasantries are a bit above my huckleberry for now. I get it. Self-esteem is probably the hardest emotion to master. It helps to have help. And I appreciate it, Mr. Tavro Sprite. I really do. Or really, I do. No, I mean, not from me. Do you have a fantasy phantom representing your self-esteem who you can look up to? A phantom? Because I did once, and it helped me. Then he became real, and really helped me. But not because of believing or anything, just because of coincidence. He happened to be my ancestor. Well, yes, I suppose I have something like that. A brain ghost of my friend Dirk who visits me sometimes. I guess he represents my self-esteem, but I don't know how helpful he actually is. Why? Because of all the consternation that my relationship with real Dirk has caused me. He says all the right things to make me feel better about myself, but when he visits my brain, I never actually feel that comfortable or good about myself. I just feel kind of weird and truthfully spend most of the time hoping he goes away. And he probably knows that too because he's my brain and that makes me feel weirder. I see. Your brain is complicated then. I'm guessing it's because you're some sort of genius. Really? Yes, absolutely. I have a sense for these things. Gosh. Maybe instead of listening to the upsetting words of a complicated brain ghost, what an excellent mind like you needs is something simpler, like listening to the nice and flattering words of a real friend. Maybe you're right. Not related to that. Have I mentioned you're actually quite handsome for a human? Whoa, you think? Also, you have a dashing personality and you seem pretty strong and your very small pair of creamy looking pants. Your very small pair of creamy looking pants is really cool. I don't know if that's whatever. Holy cow, you're right, Tavros Sprite. These nice observations about me. Why, they really do seem to be making me feel at least infinitesimally, whatever. I give up on the word. Better about myself. Or wait, we don't give up on words. Just Google them. Let fucking Google say it. Google doesn't have a simple pronunciation of it, so I give up. Also, why do I have multiple tabs open? What is going on here? You know what? I don't even understand it, but sure, why not? I just got multiple tabs open for some odd reason that I'm not entirely sure of. I don't recall opening multiple tabs, but they're there. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. They're making at least whatever. At least a little bit better about myself. What a chum. This is only the beginning of the feel-good feelings you can force inside you through the repetitive mentionings of such things about you, but also through developing yourself as a brave hero. It's too late for me to do that. Since I lived a weak life, died, and was lucky enough to have a friend with a good enough heart to bring me back, but only as a spiritual guide such as the one floating before you, so I can't be that heroically great anymore by tragic definition. But you can. Oh, God. You're living strong, nice, and even of higher importance. Wait, and of even higher importance, immortal. Phrasing. So that gives you, by my estimation, literally forever to get better and better and better and finally prove yourself. That way you can win your friends over and everyone will like you again. Boy, shitting howdy. Just imagine from hobbledehoy to hero. Hobbledehoy to hero. Wow. That's quite the hoot nanner. Just imagine. Oh wait, wouldn't that spiffy predicament just razz my berries? Oh no. That's a poor word choice. Tavros, would you leave that poor kid alone? What sort of nonsense are you telling him? Nothing. Oh, bullshit. You're filling his head with lies, aren't you? No, it's just a basic conversation, not about any topics. You're probably going to say you disapprove. You approve of. Or disapprove of. Blah. Hey kid, what's he telling you? What's your name again? Jape? Yeah, sure. No, it's not Jape. Wrong. Who even cares? Your overly simplistic human names all sound so alike to me. Anyway, listen, Jape. Whatever load of shit he's selling you in a misguided effort to cheer you up, don't listen to him. It's all a bunch of sappy, delusional garbage. I'm not gonna let you down easy, and someday you'll realize this is the biggest favor anyone's ever done for you. You're never going to do anything important, and you'll never amount to anything. Period. Neither is Tavros. Wait, no. Now hold on. No, you hold on, Tavros. You've had more than enough chances to prove you could be a relevant contributor to our adventure, but you blew it every step of the way. It's time to face the facts. You're never going to have that big moment that vindicates your arc of personal development. It's just not going to happen. No, I know that. I just admitted that. You weren't listening to our... It's not going to happen for Jape here either, so stop filling his head with nonsense. I can just smell it off him. He's just like you, really. A loser is a loser. Oof, that's some harsh words from Vriska. Sniffle. Here's the bottom line. Pages just suck. All of them do. They just can't ever seem to get it together. I think it happens to be the chess players... Wait, yeah. It happens to be the class players get stuck with if they're naturally that sort of person. It doesn't mean they don't have value as people, but they'll never have anything significant to contribute, so they really should just stay out of the way. There's a certain quiet dignity in understanding your utterly crippling limitations as an individual. Ideally, a very quiet dignity, so the important people can still hear themselves think. Okay, but what about all that big page potential? That's also a lot of misleading horseshit and really kind of a cruel stipulation of the class, to be honest. It makes losers think there's actually some light at the end of a tunnel. Or the end of a long tunnel. So it keeps them dreaming instead of facing the facts. Sure, they could reach all that potential if they really worked hard for a long time. But don't you get it? The very nature of who they are prohibits that. They don't have what it takes to stick it. Wait. They don't have what it takes to stick it out to the end because they're too weak mentally. So it's just the game playing a nasty joke on them, like dangling a carrot at the end of a ridiculously long stick. Only an asshole would knowingly play along with such a vicious hoax. Or, no, any form of friendship encouragement, no matter what, is universally great, I think. We all learn this as fact from lots of things we see and enjoy in stories and stuff. Oh my fucking god. No, Tavros Sprite, she's right. She's right. Sniff. Vriska, look at what you did. You made my friend Jape sad. Don't listen to her and come here, buddy, for reinsuring a brace. Tavros, don't you fucking touch him. Remember, you've only been prototyped once. Do you really want to fuse into an eternal monstrosity with that weenie? God, what a weenie singularity that would be. Maybe I should stand back and let it happen. For science. Also, it would serve you right. Oh, yeah. Well, get a load of this. Actually, no, you're right. Of course I won't hug him because that sounds really, really bad. Sorry, Jape. Sad face. Even he fucked up the name. Why does it keep opening new tabs? Also, shit! I shouldn't have done that. Whatever, we just gotta remember we're on 4, not 5, right? Yeah. Wait, what? Hold. Shit. Alright, hold on. Go to 4. There we go. Alright, Trezzy. Vriska, shouldn't we get back to our strategy meeting soon? Yeah, pretty soon. It's like we used to say in the old days, time is dead, kids. What? That's a rough saying to bring back. It's real rough. Believe me, I haven't forgotten. It's as true now as it ever was. Only difference is now we're working together to prevent the bodies from piling up. Horned smiley face. We still have a little time before we need to get serious, and anyway, when you're managing a team, you need to balance things. Gotta keep morale up, you know. The troops have been itching for a feel-good moment like this for a long time. As a competent leader slash power gamer extraordinaire, it is incumbent on me to recognize that and cut them off or cut them a bit of slack. Give them a little space to remember what they're all fighting for, you know? Yeah, great point. We could do the same, you know? Over the last few years, we've had so many great times and buried all the old hatchets deep enough that I think it's easy to take our relationship for granted. Doesn't hurt to remind ourselves how lucky we both are, and how close we came to going in completely different directions. Anyway, I'm glad this is the path we chose. I couldn't ask for a better moirail. Me neither. I don't know how I would have lived up to myself. Or, I don't know how I would have lived with myself if I had gone through with it. And we'd be dead if I hadn't. Thank God for Egbert. Never, never, never tell him I said this, but for a dork let's just say you did a great job training him once upon a time. Hey, so did you. Some version of yourself was badass enough to write down all those instructions in her own blood just before she died. Sounds like a real hero to me. Hee hee. Sometimes I wonder what things would be like if we never had our falling out. It was a lot like this back in the old days, remember? Just hanging out, working together, not much drama, except I guess for the occasional debate. Fucking god damn son. Alright, Banjo, you have a good one. But why? Why DE88? Debate, I get it, but fuck, it's horrible. Don't double 8 me. On how our foes should be dealt with. What if it never spiraled out of control? If I never blinded you? If you never blew off my arm? What if you wait a minute, there's no arm, so that's a horrible place to check. What if you decided to send John back to change all that instead? I didn't write the instructions myself, but I'm sure I never considered it. Everything we went through back then made us stronger. It was something to work to put behind us, not erase. Something that was worth the effort. Yeah. I don't know what this face is. It's just whatever. Anyway, Carcat. Shout, blither, blah, blah words. Blah, blah, tactless nincompoop, shout, ramble, scree. Duh. Blah, blister, moan, blah, blah, gossip, hungry, lobotomy habits, shout, yell, screech, holler, brainless, gushing, yammer, twats. Oh god, what is he going on about now? It sounds like he's yelling at Dave and John about something. So John's been here for all of 5 minutes and he's already tripped Carcat's tirade siren. He's not actually angry, he's embarrassed about something. My ear is finely tuned to all Vantrum nuisances. Oh god. Embarrassed about what? Think he might actually be bent out of shape over the fact he's not leader anymore. No way, this is something very personal. I wonder if John's been asking what the deal is with him and Dave. John was pretty nosy if I recall. I think it's more likely Dave is just rambling sans filter again. Yeah, he does that a lot, doesn't he? Hey, as long as we're swearing each other to secrecy on stuff, make absolutely sure they never know I said this, but he and Carcat are kind of adorable. In whatever quadrant that whole situation settled in, I don't know, it's none of my business really. I just never would have guessed. Agreed. I guess we stuck to ourselves mostly, and Rose and Kanye were all, you know. So that left them and their cute mare sidekick to sort things out amongst each other, without interference from a bunch of fucked up crazy girls. I'm happy for them. And for me too. If you hadn't been around, I have a feeling I would have gotten sucked into some weird bullshit with both of them. Sounds rough. Guess that's one more bullet dodge, thanks to yours truly. Guess so, geek. Gonna miss you. Sure you have to get going so soon? Yeah, I can't really waste much more time here. Just have to get all these goofballs squared away, then I'm off. Oh, is something wrong? No, well, Not really. Nothing important. What is it? It's dumb. You'll probably laugh at me. No, I won't. Come on, tell me. What good is having a Moirel you don't feel you can talk to? I don't know. I'm not sure I can even put my finger on what's bugging me. I feel like I should be psyched for the battle ahead, like pumped up to kill some bad guys and finally end this. But I feel a little weird, especially knowing that you won't be here. What does me not being here have to do with anything? What if, when it's time to fight and people really need me to use my powers or whatever it is I'm supposed to be able to do, what if it turns out I'm not actually that good? But you already proved you are. Another version of you basically saved us all, remember? I know, but that was a different me. Me who went through some things I never went through, and probably figured out how to be awesome and heroic along the way. I never did any of that, and I certainly don't feel awesome and heroic yet. And this probably sounds really dumb, but it kind of makes me feel guilty. Guilty? Why? Because she pretty much sacrificed herself to make things better, specifically better for me. I think to let me lead a better life, presumably. To fix my problems, I guess. But I don't feel fixed. I actually feel a weird sense of pressure to be the best version of myself, like the most productive and heroic and well-adjusted Terezi in Paradox Space. But I'm definitely not that Terezi. Okay, you're being way too hard on yourself here. I really doubt that's what the other version of you intended. It's not even how shit works. People just don't get fixed. Or don't just get fixed. Even if circumstances change so you have a smoother ride, you are always going to have flaws. I guess you should always try to be the best version of yourself. But I think it's also important to be okay with the fact that you aren't perfect. I've got flaws too. I mean, obviously, not objectively. But I'm mostly okay with them. Wow, you don't say. Hey, shut up. I'm trying to offer a little perspective here. Yeah, I know, you're right. I'll try to forget about this stuff and just focus on helping out the team. It'll be hard doing it without you, but I guess I've managed to do it before. Even if I don't remember. Yeah, you'll be fine. I know you can do it. When will I see you again? Someday. I'll do my best to shorten the wait for you as much as I can, using time travel or whatever nonsense I may have at my disposal. When all is said and done, I'll drop by Earth and look you up. I can't wait. Blither babble, ramble, self-esteem prattle, ramble mumble, brave hero, alive hero, mutter blither, finally prove yourself, babble babble. Tavros, would you please leave the poor kid alone? What sort of nonsense are you telling him? And now we're on 5. Dave, we're sort of in the middle of something here. In the middle of what? A series of heartfelt conversations of a personal nature. Oh, I guess I'm in the middle of those now too. I'm feeling heartfelt as fuck. Somebody boned me up on the shit. One simply cannot be boned up on shit such as this. You had to be there. Wait a minute. I have water. I'm gonna drink some. Alright. Oh, I guess I'm in the middle of those now too. I'm feeling heartfelt as fuck. Somebody boned me up on the shit. One cannot simply be boned up on shit such as this. You had to be there. Come on. Wizards, problems, feelings. It was your standard tale of 2 estranged mutual mothers. Any questions? Yes, lots. Okay, can you maybe sit over there for a while and write them all down? Rose, this accumulation of people is coming dangerously close to what your culture might process as a human familial unit. This is a foreign idea to me and probably a private matter to you, so I think I will leave you all alone and go talk to some trolls. Personally, I think you should welcome Dave into the fold of your poignant wizard reverie. From my cultural point of view, at least he has as much claim to a sense of ancestral connection to your mother as you. See you, everybody. Yeah, man, Kanye to the rescue with smart shit to say as usual. Utterly destroyed again by her superior sense of reason and decorum. Though I do wonder if her perspective would be different if she ever managed relations with a twin brother. Or if she ever had to manage relationships with a twin brother. Okay, but who cares about that? So Rose, it's her mom. Hey, Mom. Hi. Well, not Mom. Your actual name instead of that, I guess. Roxy, I think. You think right. Mom's okay too, though. I don't know, that might be weird. Calling you that all the time. Rose, would that be weird? It would probably get a little weird. So, Mom, I'm just gonna jump right into the fucking frying pan here and, like, tape off a no bullshit zone for a while, if that's okay. A frying pan into the no bullshit zone sounds intense. Who is manning this pan, and who gave him clearance for the no BS zone? Captain Sirius is at the pan, and he got the go-ahead from Lieutenant Doesn't Fuck Around of the Heart Attack Armada. Isn't a lieutenant a lower rank than captain? Who put this dude in charge of such an important pan? I don't know, maybe it is. Okay, like, it's cool that you even know that fact, but this is exactly the kind of fuckery the no BS zone doesn't cotton to, no matter what sort of cookware is involved, or which pseudo-military organization regulates its borders. I just have some questions about you and about stuff in general, so rather than mumble through a conversation that sounds mostly like the stuff we literally just got done saying, sweet though that would be, I'm gonna machine gun some shit at you lightning round style. A machine gun lightning round in a frying pan, god damn, I know, right? So, you're my biological mother, yes, and Rose's, yes, and therefore bear at least partial and, like, biological, incidental responsibility for why we are both so fucked up. Yes, but you yourself are a paradox clone. I guess. Which means you didn't even have bio-parents. You originated from yourself. Guess so. So you really don't have anyone to blame for who you are except weirdly and paradoxically yourself. Yes? Dave. Wait, okay. Sorry if that sounded rude. I didn't mean it rudely. I mean, you did have a parental figure who you, I guess, molded yourself after in a way, or were influenced by. I mean, an old version of Rose from a long time ago. Yes, and my bro was the same way. Or your friend, I mean. Dirk. He was a paradox clone of himself, and he, like, did kind of the same thing, modeled after himself. Or modeled himself after... ... Why don't we not talk about Dirk? Can we change the subject? You brought him up. I know. Look, I bring up a lot of things, and then have to backtrack a lot of those things I bring up. Because sometimes the things I bring up are ill-advised to say, or make people uncomfortable, or make me uncomfortable. It's just the thing about me. Oh, just a thought. Do I get to do a lightning round at you next? I guess so, yeah. Depends on if you want to keep sitting in this goddamn pan. I don't know. Maybe our asses are getting too hot. Maybe you should speak for yourself. Dave. Shit. Lol. No, Mom, look. Roxy, I mean. It's like I was just saying. I just say things. It is just like this force of nature no one can control or even try to. Least of all me. We just have to cross our fingers and hope for the best. And that my one-man verbal slapstick routine isn't too Freudian in nature, or at least not that often. Anyway, let's pretend I didn't just insinuate you have a hot ass and move on. Wonk. Wonky face. I heard something about wizards. You hells into wizards like Rose? Yes. Okay, well that is a predictable if somewhat bland fact. Let's see if I can dig a little deeper. Don't get me wrong, wizards are okay, I guess. Oh yeah? Well, maybe you're okay. Yeah, I'm alright. Wizards are better at magic than me, but I'm better than wizards at rap. I mean... there are some rapping wizards who might be able to beat Dave. Just saying. So I guess it breaks even. Or it would if I was a pretend jackass in silly robes and a dumb beard. So point goes to Dave. Sigh. Do you like rap? Kinda. Dirk loves rap, so never mind. Forget we were talking about that. Well, what do you like to do? I like cats. Okay. That is a fair opinion, but cats aren't actually an activity or anything. They kinda were for me, though. I used to clone them. I may have gotten a little carried away. Cat cloning, huh? That sounds like a pretty dope hobby. I think we're getting somewhere. So you had access to that kind of stuff because you lived in a sci-fi world. A sci-fi world? Yeah, the future. What was the future like? Watery, full of chess people, lots of pumpkins, usual dystopian stuff. I see. And it was just like the chess guys and you, like alone. No other people except for Bro, who I guess was way off somewhere. Yup. Sounds like kind of a bummer. Yeah, I talk to my friends a lot though, via computers and shit. That's cool. Me too. Maybe when it comes down to it, our lives weren't that different. Except for the extinction of humanity part. My humans were just imminently extinct is all. I didn't have chess guys around though. They're actually good company. Yeah. My best friend is a chess guy. He's the mayor. I'll have to introduce you to him soon. You'll love the mayor. Everybody loves the mayor. Wanna meet the mayor? Don't worry, I'll put in a good word for you. Pretty sure we can find an opening in his schedule. Tell me more. More? About you. Damn, dude, this frying pan should be sizzling. Fuck yeah. Aside from cat breeding, how else did you pass the time? Writing. A fair bit of, let's say, recreational liquid intake and, I'm hacking. Haha, seriously, like actual hacking? Yeah, well, computer programming, really. Hacking is just what you call it to sound cool. There wasn't even much shit around to hack. So kind of like John, except I think he pretty much sucked at his codes. Haha, really? Yeah, he seemed to find it frustrating mainly. His bitching about it is literally my only point of reference for his degree of proficiency. You're good though, right? I bet you're good. The best. Knew it. Maybe I could give him some pointers on his elite hacks. Or on the elite hacks. Fuck yes, he'd be all about that. Or I think he would be, which is all that matters. Do that and insist on it if he gets weirdly obstinate or, like, tries to pretend he doesn't like programming anymore. Okay, what else? Oh, I don't know, Dave. I might be running out of shit to say. You sure? I like to play games. What games? Mostly the Nintendos. I see. Which Nintendos? A whole bunch of Nintendos. Like, lots of diff systems and titles. I don't know if the ones I associate strongly with would have the same meaning, like, culturally speaking for you. Because to me, they were all like cool ancient relics that kept me somewhat in touch with the world that was long gone. That makes sense. It's mostly the relationship I have with garbage rom-coms. Largely because Carcat likes watching them. So these godforsaken flicks have helped keep me grounded in our dead civilization in a weird way. But games. I didn't have Nintendos. My bro had Xbox, so I played that sometimes, but he mostly had all these shitty skating games, like 20 different Tony Hawk titles. I would mainly just play them to fuck around, find spectacular ways to crash and flop around like douchey ragdoll, or figure out which ways to get halfway stuck inside concrete fixtures and obstacles, and watch all these cool fratty bros twitch and flop ad infinitum. Like struggling valiantly and earnestly forever against the shitty and deeply flawed physics of their confining virtual prison. I saw them as tragic figures. That sounds incredible, to be honest. Pretty much. Do you think we can play games together sometime? Want to see our magic? Want to see your majestic? Yeah. Want to see your majestic skate bros in their element? Oh my dick, yes. Dave, what? Okay. I think it's my turn. Keep your ass in the pan, buddy. You're gonna get grilled. That's fair. Oh, Rose, please don't think I'm excluding you. Jump in the convo anytime, okay? Meh, she's fine. P-face smiley. I'm perfectly happy serving as a spectator and occasional officiator of this conversation. It is quite entertaining to behold, really. I love watching how different personalities collide with each other upon meeting. Neither of you is failing to disappoint. Lamau. God, is everyone in this family tree a psychoanalyst? Yeah, that's been like her exact top preoccupation since she was a fucking baby. Didn't she tell you? Haha, no. But yeah, it makes sense. But like, you're all Mr. Funny interrogation right now. Rose is quite possibly a literal therapist in training, and I guess. And Dirk is Dirk. Just makes you think is all. We're all fucked up. The end. So what do you want to know, Mom? Rocks. Here comes the lightning. You gotta imagine it coming out of my fingertips, where I am an almighty wizard. Okay, currently imagining that. Not bad. Not bad at all. Pachoo! That was terrible. Hold on. Pachoo! There we go. A little better, I guess. What? Is your favorite rap guy? That's a dead tie between me and Snoop. Also, maybe Obama, but to be fair, I don't think he raps IRL. That's mainly just headcanon I have for him. But come on, you weren't actually curious about that, were you? I'm trying to think of stuff to ask. Jeez, give me a sec, okay? How did you become a god tier? Rose and I went on a suicide mission piloting a moon through the furthest ring. The moon had a cosmic mega nuclear bomb in its core, but also our quest beds by surprise. When it blew up, it literally created the biggest fucking sun in existence, which also happened to be the exact same sun we thought we were going out there to destroy. But we also died and resurrected as god tiers, and I guess due to immortality, rose up through the surface of the fucking sun all glowing green and wearing pajamas and shit. Holy crap, that is so ridiculously insane and cool. And so much more awesome than what happened to us. Wow. Why? How did you do it? It's almost, or God, it's almost embarrassing to even describe, especially compared to that. Go on. We all had a hangover from magic candy and woke up on our god slab and, like, talked for a while. Have you ever seen The Breakfast Club? No. Okay, well, it was like that, probably shittier. Then we all sort of randomly died on accident due to surprise villain attacks. That sounds alright. Who even cares about having a baller origin story? We were just some chumps on a moon being melodramatic in the process of getting chumped by an omniscient creep. Your outfit looks cool at least. Thanks. Okay. Then, next. Have you ever kissed anybody? What? Man, these questions are on a different tenor than the ones I asked you. Well, okay. Yeah, I was kissed by Jade when I was dead, so I would come back to life. That was like right before the moon mission I mentioned. Oh, yeah, I was corpse smooshed once too. By who? Hey, it's still my lightning round. I was asking if you ever kissed somebody, like awake and alive and on purpose. Man, we're waiting, Dave. Hey, I thought you were just studying us. I'm also officiating. I'll have to hold you to the question or throw a flag. Remember the sports? My, how quickly we forget the sports. No, come on. I just asked you about Nintendo and shit. Okay, haha. Do you like drawing? Yes. Comics? Yes. Funny comics? Fuck yes. What about fat ass idiots and JPEG trash loss everywhere? Fucking yeah. Or yes. Okay, I'ma admit, I have you at a little disadvantage since I know some things about your alt future grown up self. Like what? Don't want to spoil it. There's a better time for that conversation. And maybe a better person to have it with than me. ... Do you like orange soda? No. No? Hell no. Then what's your poison? AJ. Huh? Apple juice. That's fucking cute. Pretty much. Have you ever been in love? God damn it. This is the lightning round, Dave. We didn't make the rules anyway. I'm ready to blow my referee's sports whistle if you don't answer before the commercially endorsed game clock expires. I think the lightning round's over. Why don't we have a distraction to seal the deal? Hey, Mom, I think Harley Dad over there is talking to you. Or talking about you. Jake? Haha, yeah, I think you're right. Gotta go catch up with him soon. I'll wave hello for now. I don't think he's noticing. Damn it, Jake, look over here, you goof. Gonna start a fire here with all this friendly waving. Nope, he's completely out to lunch, just like all the Harley Burts. Hey, Jake. Hi, Jake. Jake, damn it. Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Roxy. You're with us again, and I like that. Smiley. That's it. He's right back at it with the bull guy. What's with him? He reminds me a lot of John, but really quiet, which is very unjaundish. Or very unjohnish. Jake's great, but he's not like that all the time. He is pretty gregarious one-on-one, but I guess he doesn't like crowds much. He became sort of a hermit after a few months in our session. He mainly hung out with Dirk until he eventually sort of shut him out too. Dude just likes his lonesome time, I guess. I'll try getting to know him sometime. Maybe trap him like a shy woodland creature, then brutally harangue him with my typically rad shit and become airtight bros. Right there in the fucking woods. Exactly how nature intended. Oh my god, yes. I'll help you rig your Jake snares. Maybe leave some hunky dude bait. Like a trail of micro shorts sprinkled through the forest. Awesome. Thanks, Mom. Roxy, I mean. Dave, even I'm having less trouble referring to Roxy by her name consistently, and I was the one who grew up knowing her as my literal mother. What is going on with you? Nothing. It's just like semi-accidentally replacing a word with another word in a majority of instances. Why do you need to read into things? Why do you need to read things into everything? You're right. How could anyone possibly read anything into this sort of repeated slip-up? Exactly. What if you're making her uncomfortable? It's fine, really. I think it's sort of endearing. See, Roxy, y'all worrying about nothing as usual. Mom's fine with it. Moxie, snort. I mean, Rami, mommy. Wait, fuck. Okay, that one was fucked up. Let's make sure I never ever say that again. I'm dying here. Dave, stop it. I'm asphyxiate. I can't. It's like I was saying before. This is a force of nature. We all gotta just deal with Strider. We all just gotta deal with Strider's blurtscapades. Dave's flying boner circus. This shit is immutable. I had to face this fact a long time ago. I could either try to change that part of myself, which is an unwinnable war, or I could try focusing on being like a vaguely half decent person, so at least the shit I inevitably blurt out from deep down isn't all that bad, because the bad stuff has been and is still being purged through an arduous long-term process of complete and utter humiliation. Man, arduous long-term processes of complete and utter humiliation are basically my aesthetic. Anyway, you are a silly dude, and it's okay if you keep calling me mom on accident. Smiley. I hope it is similarly okay with you if I make the conscious decision to refrain from calling you that ever. Unlike Dave, I've taken great pride in the meticulous maintenance of my internal filter. I don't think I have the same luxury he does. Humiliation makes my demons angrier. Yeah, Rose, call me whatever. But, Lamau, you got a way of making that sound legit scary. It's fucked up that she's joking, but also not even really. You'll figure out how to crack her deadpan riddles. There's an art to it. There's an art to it. You guys in your friggin' psychobabble. It's a riot. Suddenly, feeling like I'm the weak link in this family tree on the analytical front. Need to step up my game. To be fair, Dave's game's pretty flimsy. He's been jacking my swagger for years. He only pulls it off because he's funny. And to be even fairer, I'm not actually much of a psychoanalyst. I just know enough to know that I barely know anything. Any man who knows a thing knows he knows not a damn thing at all. Quote from the great Kanon. You should listen to that song if you ever get bored. Any man who knows... Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. I know just enough to know that I barely know anything and would probably would have benefited from, I don't know, college or something. Okay, wow. I feel a bit less lame then. I remember Dirk's insane scrutinization of all things cerebral had a similar way of dwarfing one's ego. Maybe that was smoke and mirrors too. I don't know. Wait, smoke in mirrors? Isn't it? Anyway. Maybe since he and I are your parents in terms of psycho skills, he got all genes and I got none. So that means Dave got some genes and Rose got lots. Wherein some is more than none and lots is less than all. Question mark, question mark, question mark. That's quite a scientific way of looking at it. Maybe it's even true. Yeah, I fucking love science. Okay, then that explains everything. What? If you got all the science genes, then that means some scraped off on me. Which would explain why my beats are so ill. It's because my science is off the charts. Holy shit, can somebody push this nerd off the lily pad? That explanation, no. Cringeworthy rap notwithstanding, I do recall hearing him babble about wanting to be a scientist on more than one occasion. If the world hadn't ended, what was it? Archaeology? Paleontology? Yeah, I don't know, one of those things, whichever involved more dead shit maybe. Paleontology, you wanted to study that? I sincerely mumbled about the idea once or twice, sure. That's neat. What about you, Rose? Did you actually want to be a legit psychiatrist and go to school for that and all? I don't recall my thoughts on higher education. My passion for the subject, I think, was more of a contrivance of a very young girl with misplaced convictions in her abilities. I probably thought I could just figure it all out myself and skip the academic coronation. I don't think much about it anymore, possibly because there's no one left to analyze except for the modest population of this frog disc. What would you want to do with your life instead? I mean, assuming there were no more evildoers to worry about. I don't know. What is there to even consider doing with godhood but concern oneself with evildoers? What about your quest? The shit with your planet and the rain and stuff. Wasn't there still something to do there? I guess so. Yeah, I did mine. Or at least a version of it specific to my situation. I get the feeling they change around and such depending on what the lay of the land is. My reality was fucked, so my denizen kinda just rerouted me. Nothing too fancy. Yeah, exactly. I did this really stilted like mashup of what I assumed my real quest was. like involving breaking a sword and unbreaking a sword, and a fucking bird was involved, and the bird unceremoniously died somewhere. It was kind of a mess. Like me, I guess, so maybe that made sense. Who knows what yours would have had in would have who knows what yours would have in store for you now. There we go. I mean, if you ever wanted to bother, or if you even wanted to bother. I can't read very good. I'm not sure if I have the inclination, and realistically, there isn't even much time for that, is there? We're supposed to be fighting adversaries imminently. I can't squeeze it in before the battle, and after we'll have supposedly won. So what would even be the point of doing it then? Shrug. Something always rubbed me the wrong way about my quest. I don't even like the phrase. It's uncomfortably formal and a little foreboding. I think the regimentation of it all always struck me as unpalatable, like consigning personal growth to the completion of a glorified myth-heavy rat maze. Yeah, I know why you feel that way. You've got big problems with authority, you always have, and probably wouldn't even put it that way, because it sounds really teen of you and gauche and or whatever. But it's true. Oh my god, you guys and your shrink babble. It's so funny, I swear to god. Yeah, here we go again, right? Except just remember, I'm a fraud at this stuff. Except in this particular case, I'm totally right, and she sees this quest all neatly laid out for her wrapped in a bow. Fuck, it even looks like it's made for little kids with like pink turtles and rainbows and shit. Like, here you go, princess. It's baby's first quest. Almost like it was designed to piss her off. Spurb says here, self-improvement delineated and made comprehensible. Enjoy your cookie cutter odyssey. So because she's Rose, she goes, no, fuck my quest, and literally starts wrecking shit. And maybe that itself was always her quest. If I may interject, oh awesome, Vrisco was eavesdropping. Not for very long. I just heard you talking about Rose's quest is all. I don't have any opinion on whether you do it or not. Rose, that's your business. But my advice is, if you see your denizen, just make sure you kill her fast. What? Believe me, Cetus is a huge bitch. If you give her an inch, she'll try to sucker you into a whole boring conversation, mostly involving a bunch of curmudgeonly riddles. Don't give her the chance. Just go for the jugular and end it as soon as you can. Grab her loot and call it a day. That's what I think, at least. Assuming you bother going to see her at all. Couldn't really blame you if you didn't, though. I probably won't. Well, what? Oh, now what the fuck is this? Wait, what? Meow. Oh, it's Rose Sprite and Jasper Sprite. Friglish, oh my god, you cheeky bastard. Oh my god. What exactly the fuck? Friglish, I can't believe this. You dug up her body. Jasper Sprite smiles. Oh my god, that is so bad, but also sweet of you to bring her back, but also, wow, bad. Wait, dug up? I'm a little unclear on that myself. Jasper's has been especially deceptive. Meow. Yes, both Roses, I dug you up. From where? John's planet. Remember the funeral I mentioned? Friglish was there too. Or, Jasper's, our dumb, departed, beautiful idiot cat. Haha, I guess I made a novice mistake. I turned my back on the body. You had a funeral for me? That was nice of you. Yeah, so, hi. Wow, haha, this is confusing. So, there's now a Rose and a Rose Sprite. This is... yeah, clearly not confusing. Welcome back, you're alive again. Hey, come here. Lalonde, don't you fucking touch her. Fucking incredible. Am I the only one here concerned with making sure we don't create freakish mutant people combos? What? She's only been single prototype. Don't go near her. Oh, right. It is absolutely astounding how much you all need me around to keep your shit straight. Even then, it's a constant uphill battle to keep you all from fucking up. I let my guard down for 1 second, and this brainless animal wastes one of your precious resurrection slots on someone who's already alive. Well, congratulations. You're down to 1 empty kernel. Be sure to use it wisely. Not that there's much hope of it at this point. See you, chumps. I'm out of this conversation. So, what does this even mean? There's 2 roses now? Like, what the fuck? What are we supposed to do with this information and unfolding set of circumstances? I don't know, Dave. I have advanced seer powers and the newly acquired insight of a mystical guide, and even I'm stumped about this turn of events. Okay then, good to know I'm not dumb and this literally is inherently irrational. Thanks, Ghost Cat, great job. Smile, smile, smile. So now what? Well, it's nice to be back after such a spectacular sequence of tragic events, even though I have no memory of having been gone for long. But I also understand I am now the subordinate Rose, so with respect to my ongoing role, I will defer to real Rose. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Then again, I don't have feet anymore. Lol. It's also worth pointing out that my programming as a sprite informs me that I exist at the pleasure of the player who released my kernel. So, Roxy, what do you think I should do? Wow, I don't know. I only just met, Alive Rose here, and that was after just burying you and saying goodbye and all, which was this, emotional thing, and now you're back, because of a silly cat, and I don't know, I'm confused, haha. Rose, what do you think? Rose? Yo, Rose, hello? This is so stupid. I'm sorry, I can't sit here and pretend to take this seriously. Rose, you okay? I guess so. Yes, I'm fine. This is just so dumb. My powers let me see fortuitous outcomes, but I didn't see this coming at all. It doesn't register as fortuitous or otherwise. You know why? Because it's completely meaningless. Ha 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 ha. I mean, sure, I thought so too when Bird Dave happened, but that turned out to be like a whole thing and an important stuff happened as a result. No, this isn't like that. Trust me, Dave, I'm not grasping at straws here. My abilities tend to leave such things to speculation. This development makes absolutely no sense, not for us as a group, and definitely not for me personally, or for her for that matter. How could this possibly mean anything for my growth or personal development in any way? This almost makes it official. I have no comprehensible path. There's nothing to overcome, no lessons to learn, no cathartic light at the end of this preposterous tunnel. Not for me, at least. I seriously have the dumbest arc anyone could conceivably imagine. Rose, we don't have fucking arcs. We're just human beings. Well then, I have to poop, so I'm gonna stop here. Thank you for enjoying if you're in the stream. Thank you for enjoying if you're on the VOD. Just thank you for enjoying, period. I'm gonna go poop, and then, I don't know, probably shower, because why not? I'm already gonna be in the washroom. So yeah, it's poop time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and make sure to attempt to be productive, even if you don't end up being productive, because that in of itself is a bit of productivity. Yeah. Production paradox or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna stop. You fuck it.